Orange. Yoda, you in your hammock. Hi, Kit. I know, Kit. Always wanting attention, buddy, aren't ya? Kit, what's up? Jesse? Bruce? How y'all doing? It's a little warmer out here. Yeah, we're like in the, gosh, I want to say almost in the 80s, Jesse. Yeah, so it's definitely a little warmer. It's been a while since I had an outside live. So we're finally warm enough to have some outside time again. Hello there, Karma. What you doing, Pandora? You want to get into that box, honey? You want to get into that box? Is that your box? Kit, I know you've been having issues, Kit, with chewing on boxes here recently. The new cat is hiding. That's not unusual, Jesse. Do they have a safe spots that they can hide in? Kit, that is not necessary, honey. Under furniture? Okay. How long has the new kitty been around, Jesse? A few days now? A week? How is Midnight taking it? Hissing, growling? Is that kind of stuff going on? Few days, no. Okay, well, that's good at least. Hello there, Rosemary. Happy Catterday to you, too. Thank you all for joining us here. Finally outside again in our screened-in porch. It's been a while, hasn't it, baby? Finally getting these warmer temperatures going on. All right, Yoda. Kit, what's up? You're gonna go in your pink hammy. I probably need to get more hammocks for these cats, I think. You know, I was thinking one day of putting in scratching posts out here. My only concern, though, is because it isn't glass, is when it rains, sometimes it gets water, it gets wet in here. So I wouldn't want those scratching posts to get wet. Maybe I could find a scratching post that doesn't have an issue like that with the threading. I'm not sure. Something I might look into, though. It's always good to have some verticality with these cats, isn't it, dear baby? But happy Saturday / Catterday for everybody today. What are you looking at, Yoda? Yeah, I mean, Bruce, I could think, yeah, that's an idea. Orangey, you got to be careful, Orangey. Your enemy, Kit, is right over there. She's looking at you. That is definitely an idea, though, Bruce. Might look into that. Hi, Kit. You know, I was also thinking of something else, too. Since I feel like I always do best or better uh, with live streams, it's unscripted. It's just natural for me. I feel like more so. I might pick up on doing some more live streams during the week. I mean, right now I kind of am just doing two, but I feel like I might start to do more again. Well, speaking of bugs, actually, we've already, and this is very early because we're only in March. These things normally don't come around until the fall time. And I want to see if there's any up that I could show you, but we don't have any right now, it looks like in here. But we have the stink bugs. Some stink bugs get on the opposite side of the screen in Porch. Some of them get through. And then we have a ton of like Chinese ladybugs also that pop in as well. Hello there, Tranquil. Hope you're doing well today. Hope all the kitties are doing well. Tranquil, I saw your video of Ado. I'm gonna mess up that name. Earlier when she was a mommy. There's a couple of birthdays for some kitties that are a couple years old now. Are you not entertained, Yoda? Are you upset, Yoda, because Pandora is in your pink hammock and you want to be in that hammock instead? Tine Tine. Tine Tine. Bugs living inside the logs of wood. And okay. Okay. Well, Karma, with that, I could just buy some wood that's already, I don't know, treated, I guess. I might just still do just a scratching post. I'm sure there's got to be stuff now that's water resistant nowadays. I'm just thinking of putting like a scratching post there where the door is. That's kind of what that table is for because we get strong winds and sometimes it'll knock that over a little bit. So I think a good scratching post will just, and we're never going to go out that door anyways. And then another one where the broom is, I think would be kind of cool. I think the cats would like that. Some extra vertical space. But how is everybody doing? How is everybody's kitties doing? Does anybody want to share anything on their kitties or on themselves? Thank you, Rosemary. This wasn't originally here. All that was originally here when we bought this home was just a deck with the awning parts. Not the awning parts, this part here. So we put this in about 2 years ago now or so. The cats are very spoiled when it comes in with porches. They got to have one. Oreo is 20 pounds now, so he's definitely becoming a Maine Coon kitty there, Bruce. Hello there, Candace McDonald. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. If you love kitties, Candace, we got 9 altogether. If you want to know any of their names, just let me know. Dang. Getting ready to head out. Awesome. You got 3 kitties of your own. Okay. Well, I hope you have a fun time wherever you're heading out to. And that you have a good rest of your day, depending on how long you're in here. Karma, your 2 kitties are getting used to each other. Awesome. Do you have any other new cat that you might be thinking of, Karma? You have a 4-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 23. Wow. Gonna stay in the city with the boyfriend tonight. Okay. Now, our oldest Candace, our kitties range anywhere from 3 up to 20. God bless you having the 23-year-old, though. What kind of cat is it? Bruce, you got a field mouse in your house waiting for one of the 9 to get its. Yes, mousers. You had her since she was 4, and then she's a tabby. Okay. Well, good health to her. Does she have like any issues with her kidneys or diabetes or anything, or is she just in good health? Karma, you're not going to do anything for now. You're just going to hold until you get another cat. I gotcha. You'll know when the time is right. Nothing. You're just super lucky with all three. Awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool, Candace. I'm glad that those kitties are healthy. We have two diabetics and a hyperthyroidic cat out of our group, out of our 9. Hello there, Raymond. How you doing? We're just kind of hanging out here in the screened-in porch today. We'll probably be here the most of this live stream. Candace, no, it's not bad. We've had my wife and I, we've had 13 cats all together as a couple. We've always kind of had high numbers, so it's a balancing act for sure. Ooh, minus 18 Celsius with snow and wind. Can I ask where you live, Candace? Are you up in Canada or do you live in another country? I appreciate the like and the sub. Hopefully it'll place Canada. Okay, cool. I know a few other people up in Canada, Candace. We actually another thing our channel does too. We donate our revenue to cat charities, and we've donated to a few places up in Canada. Hello there, Dee. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, D, we're all about we have this growing list. I think right now I have about maybe up to 20 different cat rescue groups. Um, Mostly in the US, but we have a few in Canada. We have one up in Australia, I want to say. And, always looking for new places. Candace, have yourself a wonderful rest of your night, and hopefully we'll see you on another live stream. Take care. Hey, baby. Jesse, your mom told you if you can get her a home. My mom told me if I can find her a home, so I don't have a lot of cats. I told it's only 2. Well, I know some folks thinks 2 cats are quite a bit. We would love to have more, but just right now with our diabetic cats and with Rosemary, those who know about Rosemary and her special needs, it's a little tricky to have any more than what we have right now. We kind of zoom in on Kit here. She's having a moment. She is worshiping that sun. Life of a cat. Oh. Now we gotta do some cleaning. Hi, Yoda. Oh, Pandora. What is it, Pancakes? I know Pancakes. I know Pancakes. You're a good girl, Pancakes. Bye, Yoda. It's funny. Yoda normally never comes outside unless we have these hammocks out here. Dee, to answer your questions about these cat beds, excuse me. We got them on Amazon. They were about, I want to say like $20 or $30 or so. Not too bad. They only took like a few minutes to put together. And the cats like them. We probably got to get more. Karma, are we supposed to get some rain tomorrow? Yes, we are. And actually, we were going to go down to Florida tomorrow because that's a place we might be moving to. We're going to go down and check out Orlando. But we saw on the weather that here and Orlando, supposed to get some nasty weather. So we'd rather just play it safe, and we don't want to be away from these cats if it's, if the weather is bad, because you just never know what might happen. So we're just going to go there next Sunday and Monday instead. How about yourself, Karma, Elizabeth, up in Virginia? You're probably getting some nasty weather too. I think a lot of the country is supposed to get some bad weather the next like 24 hours or so. Ain't that right, baby? I know you want a little bit of loving. You're a daddy's girl, aren't you? Bruce, I saw that. I saw, yeah, that kind of worried me a little bit, Bruce. We do have obviously tornadoes here in North Carolina too. And that's one of the biggest cons of moving to Florida for us is just the weather potential. You have tornadoes, you have obviously hurricanes, you have flooding issues. The insurance I've heard can be sky high when it comes to insuring a house. So that's definitely a problem potentially for us. Tranquil, you've had some severe storms recently, or today, this morning, also a tornado warning. Well, hopefully, Tranquil, nothing bad happens out there in Louisiana. Tang, coming back at Tang? Oh, so was it early in the morning, Tranquil? If I don't know when you get up in the morning. I feel like you're an early riser, but and when did it go off? Like 3 in the morning or something? Oh, that's true, Bruce. I did hear that there's a lot of companies that are leaving Florida, aren't they? Same with like California. I think a lot of insurance companies are leaving the state. Karma, you end up having to drive in the nasty weather. Yeah. But Karma though, does it if it's bad enough, are you able to stop? Like if it's torrential downpour or if it's really heavy wind, are you allowed to stop somewhere and just take a break kind of on that? 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Y'all might be able to hear some of those birds out in the yard. Out in the yard over the last few weeks, we've had a lot of cardinals pop up. We've had a lot of robins show up. Yeah, hawks have shown up too, Rosemary. Along with we've had a few owls also. We have quite a lot of birds that are in this backyard. Jesse for sure. Sometimes if they see the birds, they definitely will chat to them. They'll have a little conversation with the birds on occasion, yes. Bruce used to live. Yeah, Bruce, it was where did you live in Lakeland, I think it was. Um Karma, yes, you suppose, but sometimes you got to get the railroad crew. Yeah, that makes sense. Karma, there's a timing issue, right? Kissimmee, okay. In Kissimmee, if I'm saying that correctly, that's like by Orlando, isn't it? It's like a suburb of Orlando. Hey, Mr. Tang. What's up, Mr. Orange? Hello there, Chesney. Nice to see you. Welcome to the channel. Yes, this one is the baby, Chesney. She loves her attention. Hello there, X Extras. A best cat food brand. I'm I'm going to say that depends. Obviously, we all would have our various opinion on that. But for me, I think as far as wet food goes, you really can't go wrong with Fancy Feast, Blue Buffalo. I think those are your two wet foods that are typically, you're not really going to have many issues with as far as cats like digestive issues go and overall health. And then dry food, we do Perino one, but again, there's a few. So it just kind of depends. Are you looking for something in particular? Hey, Orangey. What's up, Mr. Orange? 9 miles from our line. Okay. Well, Bruce, when we get out there again in a week or so, we will definitely check out that area as well. Chesney, your vet also recommends Purina. Yeah, Purina's usually a pretty decent, high quality, for the most part, cat food. It just kind of depends on the cat, too. I mean, obviously, you want to try to feed them as high as quality of food as you can. But, you can have a cat that maybe has lower quality but lives a perfectly healthy life. Or you can have a cat that has like the best of everything, but then has health issues and passes away early. It just depends on the cat. You hear that, Tang, don't you? Somebody's going crazy out there in that woods. D, your cat's favorite is made by Merrick, but her diet is special needs, so you have to feed her Royal Canin or Canin and the Merrick as a treat. Okay. D, what's your special needs kitty? Is it a diabetic or a thyroid issue, kidney issue? Are you hearing that, Orangey? Like, what's going on out there? It's so loud. Rosemary, do I think that premium dry foods are really any better? I think, again, I think it kind of depends on the cat. I think you could feed a cat like the best and they can have issues. I think you could feed a cat like maybe, a little bit lower quality and they could be perfectly fine. So I think it just depends on the genetics of the cat, really, for the most part. But again, I would still say though, try to buy, whatever a person's personal budget is with their felines, the best that they can afford. Oh, I know you're a good girl. Rosemary, have I ever tried Meow Mix? I think probably Rosemary. I'm sure that I have. It's probably been a very long time though. I think maybe when my wife and I just had one kitty named Kitty, ironically, we probably like messed around with a few different types of foods, whether it's Meow Mix, Friskies. Um, I can't think of other ones right now off the top of my head, but I'm sure though that we did, and there probably was no issue with the Meow Mix. I just think we eventually found like Purina and Fancy Feast, and we've been doing those two combinations of food for at least a good solid 10 to 12 years or so. D, she can't digest proteins. Okay, in regular kitty food, so she needs okay, select protein. Is she healthy beyond that, D? Any other issues besides just that not being able to break down proteins properly? I might have something like that going on myself. I was talking on my live on Thursday that I've been having some stomach issue here, and I got to have an ultrasound on my tummy on Tuesday, and then I got to have, unfortunately, a colonoscopy sometime in my near future. Yay for me! I'm not looking forward to that. Rosemary, what type of Purina do we feed? We have, well, as far as Purina goes, Rosemary, it's Purina 1, the dry indoor formula. It's like a green bag. Jesse, great question. I think sometimes they might get a little bored with food. I mean, think about it. I mean, if you were a cat or if you were eating the same food over and over and over again, I think you would get a little bored probably. Now, that's why like when we give our kitties wet food, we just don't give them we give them Fancy Feast, but we just don't give them like one option, right? So, we get a variety of options with the Fancy Feast. We give we give we have seafood, we have duck with blue buffalo sometimes, we have turkey, chicken, tender beef. There's a lot of different options. So we do give them variety of taste and texture. On occasion, they will get some tuna. Of course, they eat up the tuna, but I always feel like you got to be a little bit careful with tuna, with fish and cats, just because of the mercury. You don't want to give them too much. You kind of got to be careful with that. Is it your toy, Tiny? Speaking of fishies, is it your fishy? Rosemary, you switch up. Do you ever find, Rosemary, when you switch up though? Do they ever have any dietary issues with that? Any kind of like digestive issues, diarrhea, constipation? Do you ever notice anything like that? She is super healthy, but if she eats regular kitty food, it's nonstop vomiting. But she's also allowed Merrick Rabbit canned food to break up the monotony of one food. That makes sense. Rosemary Fish seems to be added a lot to their food. And then they don't ever seem to have any dietary or any kind of toileting issues, I guess I'll say. Well, that's good, Rosemary. On occasion, with Rosemary the cat, not Rosemary the human here, we have to switch her food up because on occasion, come on, Yoda. On occasion, she gets a little bored, I feel like, of her food, so she has to switch it up. Unfortunately, though, every time we switch up her food, we normally do it like little by little. Even by doing that, she always has a little bit of softer stool or sometimes some diarrhea. So, Brian, how old are the cats? This one is 13, the baby. Kit here is about 9. Tiny here on the pink hammock, she's about 3. Pandora, the white flat cat over there, the pancake cat, is 13 also. And then the orange kitty up there, Tang, who is brother, these two are siblings, is also 3. And then we have 4 more. We have 9 altogether. Hello there, RS. I hope you've been doing well. How are things out in Switzerland, right? Are you in Canada right now? How are things going? Oh, so Chesney, one of the vets you worked with. So are you like a vet tech, Chesney? Or a vet assistant? Or a veterinarian, perhaps? Work with animals, I assume. You're still in Switzerland. Okay. Hi, Yoda. And then, Brian, if you're still hanging here with us, the one that just came out, the other tuxedo, Yoda, he is about 7 or so. Oh, for sure, Karma. Older kitties love that kitten food because it's tastes better. It's got higher fats in it. It's a delight for them. It's not always best for them, but it's a delight. It's a delight for them. Rosemary, Dusty is very thin, but he has lots of energy when he wants to. He's like Fred Astaire flying through the air. Nice. Oh, Rosemary, there is one thing that you might want to try. It's called Hydrocare. It's something that we have Zelda on. it's a good supplement for kitties that are a little skinny that kind of can help a little bit of weight gain, if you feel like their weight is a little low. You can get it on Amazon. I don't know how much it costs. You can get, everything, of course, on Amazon, but you might want to check out Hydro Care. Chesney, you're a licensed vet tech or vet nurse for Europeans. Okay, cool. How long have you been doing that, Chesney? I looked at that at one point in time, as a career, being a vet tech. I could just never get past the whole IV stuff. It's kind of funny now. I mean, we have a diabetic cat, so we give them insulin. So we're always doing stuff with needles and syringes now, and we sub-Q one of our kitties. But back 10, 12 years ago, I just could never do it. I do kind of wonder, though, how life would have turned out back in that time. Graduated in 2013, took some time off of grad school. Okay. Hydrocare, Rosemary. So Hydrocare. So Care, Hydrocare. Cute. Are the dancy fishy fishies? You had the dancy fishy fishies? Oh, Raymond, I was going to ask how things are going for you. Seems like you got a few doctor's appointments coming up this week, so you're enjoying just lazing about. I get. Do a lot of teaching, how to do home care. It's always freaky at first, even for the pros, for sure. Bruce, I know you told me you think I should still do that vet tech thing. Honestly, I don't even to be no. I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be doing physical therapy stuff or maybe imaging that I want to get into. Because the way my body is right now, I might need to find a job that's a little bit more like a desk job. I've done a lot of physical stuff in my years. Brian, are they indoor? Yes. They're all indoor kitties, all 9. Yep. They all get along fairly well. Of course, they got their attitudes with each other from time to time. Raymond, you're good for now, but you got some more surgeries upcoming. Raymond, I might have a surgery upcoming myself. I might have a gallbladder issue because like I said, I've had this stomach issue now for a few months, or just kind of off and on discomfort and pain. So, yeah, it might be if it's a gallbladder issue, they might have to remove my gallbladder. So, we'll see. Who knows? Easy the cat. Hello, Easy the cat. Assuming Easy the cat has cats. Karma, you can imagine how much college has changed from vet techs today. Graduated back in 91. Well, I was a scant 11 years old in 91. Kids. Oh, of course. So I appreciate that, Raymond. Oh, also, Raymond, I am keeping tabs. We donated to the Patricia L. Lader group up in Oyster Bay, up in New York. And we sponsored one of the kitties, so I'm just keeping an eye on that cat to see if they get adopted or not. And if hopefully they do, we will let them know I'll let the community know that kitty got sponsored and got adopted out. Karma 11. In 1991, I was 11. Hello there from Japan. Rena, how you doing? So Rena, we have more than one. We have the baby here. This one here is Kit. This one here is Yoda. in the hammock. The white flat cat is not pancakes, Pandora. This one is Tiny, and that is 5 out of the 9. We have 9 altogether. Hello there, Alexia. How you been doing? Chesney, on the other hand, the demand is going up, and there's a lot of specialties that you can go into. Oncology, radiology, chiropractic. Very true. And that's why I've looked into imaging still, like X-ray, MRI, CAT scan, nuclear medicine, sonography. So I don't know. We'll see. It makes you feel old, Karma. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, I do feel old myself, though, when I talk to my, like, 20-year-old nieces on the phone. But it's funny, though, because I ask how they're doing, and they always tell me, well, I'm tired. And it's like, how are y'all tired? You're, like, 20 years old. Alexa, feel free. You can do photos anytime you want. Totally up to you. We have a few. D, you were in 91, you were 23. Oh, I know. Is he going to get you, Kit? This is probably Kit's favorite toy, I think. So I try to keep it with her. Do any of your cats have like special toys or like favorite toys that it's kind of like that's their toy? And they kind of get angry or upset if anybody else messes with it. So this Kit kind of has owned, or not owned, but kind of tries to keep it as just her. She likes to just play with it herself. Stretching at that big old foot, Yoda. Ralph, you were born in September the 2nd of 1999. A cardboard box. But not an actual toy, though, Bruce. I mean, don't get me wrong. Actually, you know what? Before I end this live stream, I usually go about an hour, so I got about another 20 minutes or so on here. And I want to show some other of these other cats as well. Those who are new. So y'all get a chance to see all the kitties, like Rosemary, Zelda, and Max, who hasn't seen those cats yet. I got to show you what Kit has been doing with the cardboard box inside. She's been a naughty, naughty girl. Chesney, your girl and boy each have their own toys. Yep. D, your cat is addicted to the laser pointer. She plays with it with other toys, but she always wants that pointer. Is it your fishy now, Yoda? Give me that fishy. Bruce, when you say stuffed mice, are they like stuffed with like catnip? Karma, really? Your kitties, they show no interest in a box like that? Huh. What is it, Yoda? What you hear? Yoda has a bit of a long neck, I think, if you look at him now. He's kind of got like a turtleneck. Kit. Kit. Sugar has many, many toys and can't decide on a favorite one. Oh, really, Jesse? Midnight doesn't like boxes either. Huh. I have not heard of mini cats not liking boxes. Hi, baby. RS, you're going to be heading back down to Toronto soon for a few weeks, visiting the family, I assume, or is it a little bit of business or a little bit of both? If I don't play with her laser pointer, she has a favorite color of toy. She is partial to blue. Huh. I do wonder, do cats see color? I know, like, scientists, I think that they have, like, I might be confusing cats with dogs here for a moment. that they have like a limited amount of color that they can see. So it is interesting if cats can see color. I feel like they can. I feel like they should be able to. But I don't know. Karma, I would agree with that. If a cat was caged, then they probably wouldn't like boxes, yeah. So I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna pin that as a message. I completely agree with that, Karma. I wouldn't want to be associated with a box if I lived in a box or lived in a cage or was in a cage for most of my life. Completely agree. Oh, you good baby girl. Orangey. Speaking of color, who doesn't love an orange tabby? We rescued a orange tabby many years ago, a cat named Norman, from an animal hospital that I used to work at. And he was on display in the front of the hospital, like when you walk in for a year, over a year. Nobody adopted him. So the last time I worked there, many years ago, I took him home and we gave him a good home, a loving home. He is not with us anymore. He passed on a few years ago of congestive heart failure, unfortunately. We noticed he was breathing rather rapidly and just looked very like just he was struggling to breathe. So we took him in. He had a ultrasound done after the blood work, and they found out that he just was having some fluid around the lungs, around the heart. I thank you there. I appreciate that. Thank you for that, super friend. You're gonna have a good night out there in Japan. I love Japan. I'd love to visit Japan one day. I think it's a very cool place to be. So thank you very much, friend. Hello there, Spence. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully this time, Spence, I know is a little bit better for you out in the UK. It's not like midnight. It's probably like, I don't know, maybe like 9 o'clock out in the UK now. So thank you for joining us. But what I was saying about with Norman, we started him on a medication that kind of drew the fluid away from his lungs and away from his heart. And for about 6 weeks or so, he was improving. He seemed like he was doing better. He was getting more energy. Excuse me. And just kind of suddenly, he just took a nosedive quickly, and he was back to having just very forced labored breathing and just sunken eyes, and just wasn't good. So we took him to like one of those like 24-hour vet places. And they did a workup on him. They did some blood work. No, they didn't do blood work. They automatically did an ultrasound on him, or no, an X-ray, excuse me. And they could see that again, unfortunately, his lungs and heart was just covered. It was just encased with fluid again. So unfortunately, he was kind of just drowning, from the inside. And we had to, make the decision where it's like we had to just say goodbye to him, unfortunately, because we knew that was what was best. He fought for those couple of months. We fought with him, but we had to say goodbye to him, unfortunately. So, and that's the hard thing with having kitties, and especially when you have a lot, is you're going to say goodbye to each and every one of them over time. But it doesn't stop us from continuing to, bring on new ones and to give them the best life that we can. So, but that was just a hard thing to do. That was just a hard time for us because at that time, we had lost actually one before that. We lost him, and then we lost another one a few months later. So we had lost we lost three in just a 6-month time frame. So it was very difficult. What is it, Tine Tine? I got that belly of yours. You got some chunk. You get that chunky kitty. You got to lose some weight, honey. You get that big old belly. You get that big old belly. Oh, for sure, Bruce. Yeah, it's these are like our children. We don't have any human kids, so these are our babies. Unfortunately, they never grow up. They never leave home, and you can't put them on your taxes as dependents. But I understand though why. I mean, because you'd have some, I think, some crazy people that would just get a whole bunch of cats and dogs and claim them on their taxes. Unfortunately. You get your fishy. I know, Kit. See? Kit's looking like, what are you doing, Tiny? That's my toy, not yours. You need to leave it be. Oh, your belly. You Spence, you have. Or I don't know if I've seen you on there or not, but yes, I am on the I Am Raven channel. I am a member to that channel. Sherry Lee and her kitties are awesome. She is one of the best channels that I think I've seen as a cat channel. Just very genuine, humble, super nice, super sweet, knows her stuff. And I'm actually probably going to make a community post eventually just to kind of highlight that channel. So anybody that knows my channel, if they can check that channel out. So absolutely. Chesney, the only euthanasia that you ever regretted was the one that you waited too long because he wasn't ready. Yeah. Yeah, I think when we lost those three, two of them we had to make the decision to put them down, and one of them passed away, not giving us the opportunity or having to come up with that choice. So yeah, it's difficult for sure. But though, I mean, on the opposite side of that, it's as grief as painful as it is, and as hard as it is, we always, we want to keep our hearts open because you never know what kitty or doggy might come into your life that needs you, and you may not know it right then and there, but you need them as well. So you just never can tell. Oh, you got the belly. Got the belly. All right, we're gonna go inside here. Have you ever had any bottle babies, Chesney? Chesney, to answer your question, yes, we did have one. This one actually, because we got this one at just a few weeks old, and she had a few more weeks where she had to be bottle fed. I think that's why she's very attached to us and very clingy, because she was fed by human hands as a very young kitten. So yeah, she's been our only one though. It's a good question. Both of yours were bottle fed, and the stereotype is true for sure. All right, so we're gonna go inside. I want to show off a few more cats to those who are new to the channel, so you can kind of see all these 9 kitties. I have to bring the cats in, though, because unfortunately, this one right here, several years ago, broke through a screened-in porch to chase a squirrel, killed a squirrel, and went missing for 2 days. So because of that, we do not keep these cats out here by themselves. So they never like going back in. Come on. Come on. Go on, Kit. Go on. Come on, baby. Come on. They get stubborn when they got to go back in. Come on. Hi. Go on. Hello there, James Oliver. I'm doing well. How are you? All right, flat pancake. Come on, Waits. Come on. I know you don't like it. Come on. Pandora. Come on. Come on. Pancakes. Here, I'm just going to carry you then. Go on, Squeaks. Never good to get punched in the nose. Hopefully it's not broken. All right, so we're gonna go upstairs and show a couple more kitties. My wife might be sleeping, so I may not be able to show one cat. She doesn't like to ever be on camera, whether she's awake or asleep. Let's see, let me see if I can try to find Max here. Yep, there we go. All right. So this is Max. Let me turn on the flash here so it's a little bit, you can see him a little bit better. Max is our newly diabetic kitty. He's was diagnosed about a month ago or so. He's struggling a little bit with his diabetes. It's taking a little bit of time to get him regulated. Yes, he is a tuxedo. Hey, Maximus. Hey, buddy. We do spot checks at home with his glucose curve. So we just kind of see how his blood glucose is doing. He's our second diabetic cat. Zelda, our 20-year-old kitty, she's been a diabetic for about 10 plus years. So she gave us a lot of good experience when it comes to a diabetic kitty. So, we kind of know what to do more or less. Still, though, every cat is different, obviously. Unfortunately for Max here, he's developed some, and Chesney, you would know a lot about this. Oh, you got to go? Okay. Chesney, I hope you have a good rest of your day. It was nice getting to know you. Unfortunately, he's developed a little bit of peripheral neuropathy, diabetic neuropathy with those back legs. So he walks on those hocks a little bit, and has a little bit of back leg weakness, but we're, hopefully getting him regulated, and he's on a supplement that's supposed to kind of help strengthen those back feet. Bruce, Zelda's doing overall. She pooped. We celebrate when Zelda poops. So she pooped last night. So she is doing good overall. Appreciate the asking. Spence, any thinking on what causes diabetes? Well, there are a few thoughts on that, Spence. One being overweight. Max hasn't really been like that overweight, but Max has always been like a solid 12, 13 pounds or so. So he might be a little overweight. He doesn't like me talking about him being chunky, though. Is he leaving me? Where you going, Maxie? But being overweight doesn't help. He has lost a few pounds, though, over the last few months, so he is definitely getting skinnier. Being male, it seems like male cats have a little bit higher tendency of becoming diabetics than female cats. And it's something in the genes also. It seems like it's a genetic thing that some cats are just more predisposed of getting diabetes than others. Hello there, Ryan. I appreciate the kind words for Mr. Maximus here. Oh, no, there's no doubt about that, Rosemary. He definitely thinks that he's going to get poked. So his relationship with us has changed slightly. He's been hiding a little bit more, because he definitely does. Yes, he thinks he's going to get poked, because unfortunately he has to get tested. Spence, to answer your questions with the diabetic supplements, he is on something. It's not it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. So it's not a dietary supplement, but it is a supplement to help the neuropathy. It's called Zobaline. For cats, and it just kind of helps weaken those back legs or strengthen those back legs a little bit. but he's not like any kind of like special food or anything, because we found out with Zelda, and Zelda's up there. Let me kind of zoom in on her. That's Zelda. That's the 20-year-old kitty. We found out with diabetic food that often they won't eat this specialized food. There is diabetic food that's like low in carbs, high in protein, but it's like they won't eat it. And the problem is, if a diabetic cat's not going to eat, then you got a problem because they need to have their insulin. But yeah, that's Zelda. She's our 20-year-old. Has had diabetes for 10 plus years. She's probably the best patient you could have for being a diabetic cat. She is also in kidney disease / kidney failure too. Her right kidney, I do believe, is basically shot, and then her other kidney is doing fairly well. But it's just a matter of time with her. But she's hanging in there. She just passed 20 this year. So she's a good girl. Hi, Yoda. All right, let me show the last kitty, our special needs kitty. Let me turn this flash off. I'm gonna check in with Rosie. Go on, Rosie. Hi. So sweet girl. What? Hey, Rosemary. Yes, Spence, you can get vitamin V shots for cats, yes. And that is something that is very good for especially a diabetic cat, because they do have a bit of a vitamin B deficiency. So that Zobaline that I was talking about earlier, it has vitamin B inside of it. So that's where it helps. You fed your diabetic cat kitten food, less carbs, more protein. Yeah, Raymond, for sure. If Max stops eating the food that we're giving to him now, which is pretty low on carbs, high on protein, we definitely will look into kitten food, but it's not necessary yet. So Rosemary here is the special needs. She is deaf, so she can't hear anybody. She also has thyroid disease, so she is on a medication currently for that. And the door is closed to her room because she does not do well with other cats. She has never gotten along with the other cats. We've had her for a few years now. She was, again, another rescue from another animal hospital I used to work at. Somebody brought her in. They wanted to put her down. Our staff said no. About 6 months later, I asked if I could take her with us. And they said yes. And we've been together now for a little over two and a half years nearly. We wish she would get along with some of the other cats, but unfortunately, she just does not do you. And it's funny, sometimes, like, we'll accidentally, like my wife and I, when we open the door, we'll let another cat in accidentally. Thankfully, most of the time, she's sleeping. So, she doesn't even notice. But when she is awake, she starts hissing and growling, and we get them out quick. But yes, Bruce likes to call this the presidential suite because she's got 2 litter boxes. She's got 2 water fountains, just as you can see. She's got 3 chairs in here. She's got a desk so she can view and spy on the neighborhood. She has her own day bed. She has quite a bit. The only thing missing in her room is just a sink. Ain't that right, Rosie? Because she is a sink cat. When she is out and the other ones are up in their room, we let her, out a few times a day, so she can get out to the rest of the house. She usually congregates in the kitchen, and she normally stays in the kitchen sink for whatever reason. Karma, I think it's probably this one, the green one, the one that's got the green to it, but I think she goes to them pretty regularly, pretty evenly. Um, Spence, you have a cat with recurring flu. He better must be on purely wet food. Biscuits make him. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if there's any kind of supplement there, Bruce, that could kind of just help his immune system get stronger, where he would be a little bit better and wouldn't have like the flu as much. Have you ever heard, Spence? Have you ever heard of L-lysine? It's called L-lysine. Have you heard of that supplement before? It can be in a powder or in like a gel form. It might even be in a pill, but I'm not sure if it can be in a pill or not. You get itchies? Hey, baby girl. I know you got those big, beautiful eyeballs. Oh, oh. You gonna bite me, honey? Cause I'm rubbing your ear with your big eyeball. You know you like that ear rubbing. It makes you go crazy. Oh. Karma, you have L-lysine in a treat form? Yeah. Good. It's just the reason I was asking that is just it's a good it kind of helps with building up immunity. Some studies say no, but it's like if it's something that might help a cat's immunity, it's like it's worth a try. I'm not sure who got me there. I think that might have been Max. We were trying to get him tested. Don't bite me, Rosemary, you little nutcase. Oh, I get you. Oh, I know. I get your belly. You're sensitive about your belly. I know. You're feisty right now, aren't you? You're a feisty old lady. This cat doesn't look like it. Spence, can you give that supplement full time? Absolutely. You can't. L-lysine is like it's one of those things you can't really do too much. You can't give too much. You can't like overdose or anything, or give too much. So, yes, absolutely, you can give them. We don't do it much anymore, but if it was like a gel, we would like draw up a syringe of 1 milliliter and go down and then do it twice. Or if it's a powder, then we would just sprinkle it liberally on their wet food, mix it up, and they would eat it up. Raymond, you're gonna head out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, Raymond. It was nice seeing you, and hopefully all things go well for you this upcoming week. RS, you're going to be taking off work on Monday. Oh, just a day off? Oh, and Raymond, also, I just want to, and Karma and Bruce, I just want to always, as always, thank you for being channel members. It's always, that extra channel membership goes to help those cats in need, so that's always appreciated. Hello there, Glare Bear. I was seeing you earlier on I Am Raven's channel. Are you feeling a little bit better? Hope you're doing well. Oh, Rosie's. Rosemary. I know, Rosemary. Let's look at your eyeballs. I don't want to see the back of your head, honey. I want to see those eyeballs. There you go. There's a good shot with your dirty nose. You got that dirty nose. Don't bite me, honey. You little nutcase. Rosemary is usually sweet, but sometimes she's not. Sometimes she can be a little gremlin. That's her nickname. We've called her for a while now. She's a little gremlin sometimes. Appreciate the super there, Spence. Appreciate it, friend. Yeah, and hopefully, Spence, yeah, look into that L-lysine stuff for your kitty that's kind of had that reoccurring flu. And hopefully over time, it's not something that just changes instantly. It takes time to kind of build up immunity into the system, a month, couple months or so. But give it a look, and hopefully it'll help in time. Karma, to answer your question with her dirty nose, no, it really depends on the time of the year with this nose, and it depends on what she's eating also. She is a weird cat. So we have gotten to know through the years pretty much all of her quirks. When she's, needing to change her food, when her thyroid is starting to get out of whack a little bit, we notice the little changes, like what's going on with her. And that's why we get her T4 tested, just to kind of see where her number is at. So. Really, Rosemary, we thought that also because sometimes she does eat her food pretty crazy, like she really digs into it. But we've actually noticed, like, depending on what is going on with her health, her nose is like more dirty and more wet. And then when it's not, it's like more dry and clean looking. So we think with what's going on right now, she might be due for a food change again because every so often she just stops eating what she's eating, and she then we have to change her food. We kind of think that actually she doesn't want to get too fat. So when she's starting to feel like a little fatter, fat for her is like 5.5 pounds. She stops eating, and then she drops a little weight, and then she starts eating again. But she's a small kitty. I mean, I can fit her whole head here. I mean, I have a decent sized hand, but I mean, I can fit her whole head in my hand easily. I could probably fit like two of her heads in my hand. My hands are decent size, but she's she's a feisty though. She's just a weird little kitty cat. But I'm gonna start heading out. It is about that time. It's actually past that time. I appreciate everybody hanging with me here. I hope you had a good last hour or so. I appreciate everybody being in here as always. I hope you learned something. I hope you laughed a little bit, and I just hope that you felt like this was kind of like a family place to be and a safe place to be for everybody. So Spence, you had him on a rescue center and took him because no one else wanted him at the rescue because of those health issues and because he's a pure black kitty. Oh, okay. Well, there's definitely, we were talking about a little bit that on the I Am Raven channel earlier about black cats still having a stigma, unfortunately, still having a stigma in certain parts of the world, being bad luck and all that stuff. So it's unfortunate that those kitties just get passed over just because they have black fur, but what can you do on that? But anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Rosemary's going to get high here on her catnip stick. Take care, God bless, and we will see you all next time. So until then, we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye. Bye all.